Welcome to Scared Out of Our Collective Heads, our Halloween special, because we love Halloween and we want it to last all month long.
Oh yeah, we're going to keep it going with Diablo.
Diablo. Excellent, wonderful game. Procedural generation is something that had existed before, but this was the first game. This is the first game I can remember that really embraced that.
It really did. This is also a really great blend of the fantasy genre as well as the gothic horror genre.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have skeletons and you have demons and
the Butcher.
The Butcher.
Oh, the
There's
Butcher.
So many great characters set up in a very very interesting gothic horror way. Absolutely one of my favorite games of all time. One of my favorites in regards to horror, because a lot of horror games before this didn't get horror right. That it doesn't have to jump scare you. Yeah. Horror is not about being completely scared out of your collective heads. Sometimes it's just about the environment, the very Lovecraftian mindset that these people are going through when it comes to going through madness and not, and what happens to you after you see something so horrific.
Well, and it also does that to you as a certain extent to the player, because like there are very fast demons that rush at you out of the darkness, and so there's an underlying tension to everything that you're doing, because you never know what's around the next corner. Even if you've gotten to this level of the dungeon before, you still don't know what's around the next corner.
Exactly.
Also the ability to experience it with different characters, different approaches, things like that. And then you've got Deckard Cain.
Probably one of my favorite narrators and NPCs in general for any video game. Deckard Cain is amazing. It's why if anyone says stay a while, I immediately think and listen.
Stay a while and listen.
There's so many things that I love about Deckard. He's one of the only voiced characters, and it's just I absolutely love him, and I love that they brought him into Diablo 2.
Yeah, and that's one of the other things, is like Blizzard is wonderful at setting up and creating universes. Diablo, on its surface, is a very simple telling, but we're not going to spoil it, but the ending sets up the universe in such an amazing way that allowed them to do Diablo 2 and Diablo 3 and continue this universe.
Yeah.
And Tyrael wasn't in the first one, right?
Don't believe so.
Okay. But like they introduced characters later in the series, but the core gameplay really hasn't changed all that much. You have your central hub, your city, and then you have the dungeon that you go into and you come back from, and you identify items and you find that special item that you're going to carry through for the things that we hadn't seen before, and created many things that are now tropes, basically, because they worked so well when brought together.
I agree. Diablo 2, I think, did a great job of taking the torch and continuing on. It's a little different because you're no longer stuck in one city. You're kind of travel along,
setting,
which
for each act.
I think does really well in regards to the different acts and to show you different enemies. That it helps to kind of spice things up.
Yeah.
Diablo 3
happened,
and it's a game, but it says something how good Diablo and Diablo 2. I'd say Diablo 2, you can still go back and play this game and enjoy it.
Absolutely.
And enjoy it more than Diablo 3. So if you play Diablo 3 but haven't played Diablo 2, go play Diablo 2. Diablo 1 hasn't aged as well, but Diablo 2 is a perfect setting. Go play the game.
Absolutely.
See you later, guys.